Hello, Rhino artists. So welcome to the Art and Ceramic Room. What I'm going to teach you today is really quickly how to do some fun experiments with alcohol art. So here are a couple examples of things that I did. It's really just playing around with it. There's no particular design that I have in mind. It's just seeing what colors work well together and seeing how one ink reacts with the others. We have some fun things for you to play with. And here is another one that I did on a black plastic material. I have everything ready to go for you. If I ask a few things, one, if you make a mess, please let me know and help clean it up. Two, take it easy on the use of the materials. A couple little drops go a long way. I'll give you a demonstration on that. And please, please, please make sure you are using these inks on the tablecloths. These inks will stain our beautiful brand new Butcher Block tables. And I don't think that's gonna be a great thing if that happens. So just stay on the tablecloths. All right, so I'm going to give you a little demonstration on what to do. Okay, how to play with alcohol inks. So the paper that I cut up for you, it's actually a plastic sheet. It might be a little bit smaller than this. It's really fun actually to work kind of small on this alcohol ink. And I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. So we have a whole lot of different colors. I do suggest trying to pick colors that might look good if they mix together. So I'm kind of going blues and purples, maybe a little bit of magenta, that kind of thing. And I'll show you some fun things. So the first thing I suggest that you do is to, let me see if I can get my camera to be a little brighter here. A little closer up, there we go. First thing I suggest for you to do is to squirt your paper, your plastic paper, with some rubbing alcohol. So I have these little vials, just a little mist. So that is so that the inks will run. You want them to run. So to open it, you just press down and push like opening a child safety cap. And a tiny little drop. And then there's a few ways to get this to kind of rock and roll. One, you can just kind of carefully adjust your paper. Two, you can take one of these little tools and blow the ink so it'll flow. And as it flows, it kind of makes some cool little kind of textures there. Fun. I'm going to try a different color. And the alcohol on the paper is what's making it flow. Make sure you press down on that bottle to get it to open up. Tiny little drop. So this time I'm actually going to like try to draw some lines. And then I'm going to blow with this little tool on that. You could also, I only have 3 of these tools, so one thing you could also do is just go outside and use a straw. Go outside because even if you have a mask on, if you stick that straw under your mask and blow, you're now spreading your germs all over the place. So feel free to take a straw, but do go outside to do that. If I want it to flow some more, I can just take some more of the alcohol and squirt it and make it flow some more. I actually like the straw better than the little squirting air tool. And notice I picked 2 colors that go really well together, so they blend super well. All right, another fun thing we have is some metallic colors. Make sure the cap is on and shake it. You hear that? There's a little metal ball that rattles around inside there. Again, you press down to open. And try not to touch the tip to the paper when you get some color on there. We don't want to get this dirty. But can you see? It's doing some cool things. It's reacting with the alcohol and the other inks. And I'm getting some really interesting layers in there. And again, I can blow this. Okay, when you go to use a new color, if it hasn't been used, make sure you continue shaking until you hear that ball rattle. Notice you don't hear anything there. I'm shaking. Listen for it. Still shaking. This hasn't been, hear that? This hasn't been used in like a week. So push down, open the cap, and play around that. What happens if I do a metallic on top of a metallic? It's like a coppery color. And again, we have a lot of people trying to use these and we don't have a ton of them. So if you'll just be mindful of that and don't use too much. All right, another interesting thing that we have is one of these white bottles. And this they call snow. So I'm making sure this little rubber cap is on the top. And pulling it off, and hopefully it's not clogged, we'll see. And so I'm gonna do a drop of this. It did 2 drops. And this, like the metallic colors, interacts with the inks. So I don't know if you can see with the light, but it's kind of blossoming out. If I take, let's see, I'm gonna take a drop of sapphire blue, and I'm gonna drop it on the snow. Ooh. That does some cool things. I'm going to do another, forgot to take the cap off. Woohoo, see that? It does some really fun things. All right, I'm going to throw that around. Ooh, that's really pretty. Please make sure you put the caps back on, everything, as soon as you finish using it, put a cap back on. Okay, and the other thing we have is Sinker White. So again, I'm gonna shake it. This one doesn't have a little metal ball in it, but I'm gonna shake it up. And I'm gonna put some new ink out there. If you forget to press down, it just kind of spins around. A couple drops. I'm gonna get it to flow a little bit, and then I'm gonna put snow on it. Don't want it to flow too far. Here's my snow that I shook up. Ooh, cool. So it is reacting and making all kinds of like swirly colors in there. All right, so just so you know, we have the white paper and we also have the black paper. So the black paper, what I found shows up really well is if you do your colors on it, they're all going to be very dark, but they do still show up. It's kind of like a night sky scene. And then the metallics on the dark colors are magnificent. So have fun playing. When you're finished making what you want to make, if you just take it outside and put it in the sun, between 3 and 5 minutes, and literally it'll already be dry and you can take it with you. Just please, please, please remember to clean up behind you. Don't leave a mess for the other people. And I'm glad you stopped by today and I hope you enjoy the activity. Have a great day, Rhinos.